this is Melmouse Melissa, joined to you together with by ZoinkMeister Patrick, and we're getting back to Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy. I have so many country songs stuck in my head. Been doing this playlist recently, guys, where like, I don't know, I just want like the ultimate like country playlist. And like, I'm not like huge into country, but I have a friend who is, and recently we like drove a lot of hours to go somewhere that I'm not allowed to say. It was really fun. And the entire time, like, we don't really have any music tasting. Actually, we do, but the one thing that like we could really agree on was like just country music somehow. It's like I don't mind country music. I really don't. Yes.
Yes. No. Okay. Okay. Just low and slow. Okay. Low and slow is very hard.
Controller. It's doing controller.
I am, which makes low and slow very difficult. Okay, not sure how this is gonna work.
Anyway, so I've been listening to a lot of country music, trying to make the ultimate country song playlist. And so I just have so many songs stuck in my head that are country. Like the Fancy Like song.
Fancy?
Like
Oh.
Applebee's on Sunday.
I thought
something like that. I don't know the words.
I thought
I'm
the
not singing.
fancy like song was like, I'm gonna give you a like, but it's gonna be a real fancy like.
No.
It was like, that's a strange.
No, he's fancy like, and
Right.
then he lists all the different ways that he's fancy like. It's by Walker Hayes, in case anyone wants to know.
Fancy like
Yeah, we fancy like Applebee's on a date night. Got that Bourbon Street steak with the Oreo shake. Get some whipped cream on the top too. 2 straws, 1 check, girl, I got you. Bougie like Natty in the styrofoam. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. It's a pretty dumb song, but it's got some sick bass, so.
I don't know why it feels like I have much.
You've done
I
this
hope
part
everyone's
before.
clapping for
You know
me at
it's
home for
possible.
all my singing.
Just do what you did the first time.
What?
Yeah, just do what you did the first time. I don't see that issue.
Yeah.
I agree with him.
I do as well. You know?
Yeah.
It's the
I
part
feel
that
like at one point, Patrick, you like gave me that advice. You're like, oh yeah, you know how to do this, just do that. And I
Yeah.
was about to strangle you at that point. It's like, oh yeah, we didn't go do the same thing I literally just did.
Okay. Yeah, see, the controller just moves so much faster. It's nice. I don't know how people do this with the mouse. I mean, but then there's other parts where I'm like, there's no way I get the fine motor control I need with this controller. So I don't know how people do this with a
Do
controller.
we like know how far we are in the game? Like, are we almost done?
No, not even remotely.
Really?
Yeah, oh, we're barely gotten anywhere. It's like the first 15 seconds.
What?
Yeah, no, we're very, very, very early in. I wouldn't even say we're halfway done.
We're not even halfway there?
No, definitely not. Come on.
How are we not even? I feel like we've gone through so much.
Yeah,
I feel like we've had so much
that's what I'm
progress.
saying. That's why we need to see a speedrun of this game. Just because, like, you'll see there's so much more left. There's so much left.
How far do people usually get in the famous YouTubes before they give up?
To the orange is what it's called. Usually I don't see people get past the orange.
Is this the orange?
No, there's an orange on screen, like a coffee cup. Where you got past the coffee cup. The orange is, I think, where a lot of people
like it's an orange. I thought you meant like the color orange.
No.
What does this mean?
No, it's an actual physical fruit orange.
Most people give up at the orange?
Yes. From what I've seen.
So if we gave up
Some
soon,
people beat it. Like I'm not saying like people don't beat it. I'm just saying if you're wondering where people typically give up, I think it's at the orange.
right, so they
Okay.
don't, my point is that they don't give up here.
Here's what I say. I've given up. I'm over it.
He's over it.
Are you over it?
I'm over it because I'm done watching it. And in order to play it, I'd have to watch it. I don't like watching it.
Okay. So since we're both over it, I'm gonna try something. And that's, I'm going to go as far to the left as I can. Are you ready for this?
I'm ready. Wow.
Life
And
is a mosaic of pleasure and
This is the one
pain.
where this puts you.
Grief is an interval between 2 moments of joy.
That's
Peace is the interlude
most
between 2
underwhelming.
wars.
Like,
You have no rose without a thorn. The diligent picker will avoid the pricks and gather the flower. Satya Sai Baba.
And there you go.
that was the most underwhelming.
We're back here at what is basically the beginning. You can go further back, of course. There's like 2 obstacles before this. But a lot of the game puts you back here. There's very few places in the game where you actually go further back than this.
Wow.
But that's basically getting over it with Bennett Foddy. There's a lot more to this game, and we're gonna watch a speedrun on here in front of everybody. So let's do that. So,
oh, nice. We're gonna watch it in front of everyone?
Yeah. So we'll be right back when I got that pulled up. Watch it on YouTube. Big ol' credits to whoever actually did that. So,
all right, you better give whoever you pick, you're gonna give them so many things, views. You're gonna promote them.
So here we are at speedrun.com, looking at Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy. Right here is the first. This person did it in 1 minute, 2 seconds at 9:22 milliseconds.
Heck
So
yeah.
we're about to watch his playthrough right here. Are you ready?
Let's do it. I'm ready.
Okay. Here it is. Right here. So there's a lot of categories. This one specifically is the glitchless category. So beat the entire game without any glitches.
Wow, not even a single glitch.
Yeah, so we're going to watch it on YouTube just because it wouldn't let me go full screen.
Shout out to that guy.
Yeah. This is a very impressive run. And
a minute, 20 seconds. It's not the record, but...
minute, 2 seconds.
No, it's at 20 seconds.
No, it says 2. 1.
Oh, the video is a minute, 20 seconds. Okay, I see.
Yeah. This is all this junk at the beginning. So, as you can see here, it's about to get that record. I think it's really loud all of a sudden.
No, we like it loud.
Okay, here we are.
Wait, how does he have a gold pot?
He's already beaten it. You get a gold pot for beating it.
For the forest.
So obviously this is just how you play.
I'm sorry, what?
This is just how the game's played, Melissa. This is all you have to do. That's all it takes. See? So that's already where we were. So then after that we would have had to do all this. That's actually a very fast way of doing that. We would not have been doing that. All the rest of this
we
you do.
wouldn't be doing that. I don't know how he...
This is the orange. That's where a lot of people give up. Is right here.
Is he using a controller? That's my confusion.
I wonder. Probably a mouse, I would assume. I don't know why his hammer's moving way faster than ours feels like it ever moves, but that's okay.
Yeah, no, that's for sure true. He's got a speedrunner hammer.
Yeah, I don't know how he's moving the hammer that quickly.
I don't think we would have beat this game. Like,
no.
Even if we did this...
I told you we wouldn't. I told you there's no chance.
No, well, no.
I said that. I said
No.
I said there's no chance we'll ever beat this game.
I don't know about that.
Jeez.
I wouldn't say that.
No official winner.
And time.
Oh.
That's it.
That's it?
That's the whole thing.
I didn't even see the orange.
Oh, you didn't?
I didn't even see it.
Oh, I'll show you the orange. It's right there.
What?
On the left side of the screen. There's an orange right there.
So this is the part they can't get past? This part looks easy. Oh, getting up there. That's the part.
This mountain is like a sheer cliff, and see how it juts out right here? This is the part that a lot of people get stuck on. It's trying to get over that cliff specifically.
Somehow he always manages to have his hammer up when he's in the air. I think that's his skill.
Yeah, I don't know how he's doing that. Like, if I were to watch this in slow motion, it's like his mouse just seems like it's moving way faster. Like, do you see where his mouse is actually placed? Right here, I don't even see it, but...
No, I don't see his mouse.
Hold up. There.
How does he do that?
I can't see it most of the time.
I saw it at some point. Yeah,
see how it's
right
like
there.
way out of the, like, way further away.
Yeah.
See, I don't know how he's moving it that way. Maybe he just has a sensitivity, like, way higher. Way, way higher. Maybe that's a trick. I don't know, but yeah, because I could not get that hammer to move. See, like, he gets to swing all the way around.
Yeah, no, I think we have a tiny desk, because I can't even put the mouse in a full circle.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, maybe he has a much bigger mouse pad. This is a very small desk.
Honestly, maybe his setup was, like, made for this game or something.
I don't know. Could be. Yeah, I imagine he spent a lot of time with it.
So then he just goes
But you see his mouse, like, instantly...
Yeah, he just slingshots easy.
You see, like, yeah, the mouse placement, like, he instantly went from the top of the screen to the bottom of the screen. I think you just have to have your sensitivity, like, way up. Let me try that real quick before we're over it.
I thought he just said he was over it.
I wham.
It's weird how we were over it, but then we're not over it.
Okay, now I have
we
my
have
mouse.
0 achievements?
Yeah, I don't know what they all
suck.
are, but probably, like, one of them's beating the game, I imagine. Okay, so...
That would be quite the achievement.
I'm going to turn the mouse sensitivity. It's already ridiculously high for me.
Let's do it.
I'm going to try continuing and seeing if this is any easier to play. It definitely feels more chaotic. Wow, like every minor movement is a huge movement in the game. This probably is not the best option. Oh my goodness, it just feels like it's going everywhere.
Can I try it?
Yeah. Hold up.
Why can't you just do it like that guy does?
I don't know, right? That's what I'm thinking.
Like,
Oh my
I hate
goodness.
when they make it look so easy too.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh geez. All right, I'm gonna let you try it with
All right,
full
we're
mouse
flipping.
sensitivity. And that'll probably be it after she tries.
All right, I'm here.
I'm over here, not wearing headphones, but doesn't really matter. How does that feel?
Honestly, I kind of wish I had it like this earlier.
Oh yeah.
This feels so much easier.
Oh okay. Yeah, I have the sensitivity as high as possible. Like, it's like real high now.
Those were fancy like a
Yeah, right. It's definitely.
Sunday.
I feel like this is
Sorrow is my own yard, where the new grass flames as it has flamed often before, but not with the cold fire that closes
I don't
around me
know.
this
Actually,
year.
I don't know if I like it like this.
right. Exactly. That's how I felt. At first, I was like, oh, at least it's moving. But then I was like, but like.
It probably needs to be like somewhere in the middle
Yeah.
between like what we had and whatever this is.
Right. This is chaotic nonsense.
Yeah.
So you can actually fine tune it. I don't. So on your left click, if you notice, there's like 2 buttons to the left of the left click. Do you know those? Do you feel those on your mouse? Left of your left click.
This is.
the
Oh,
right
yeah.
click.
Yes.
There's 2 buttons. The up one makes it go faster. The down one makes it go slower. Does that make any sense?
Wait, make what go up faster and slower? I know these buttons,
Okay.
but what?
The top one makes your mouse move faster. The bottom one makes your mouse move slower. So you click it and it changes the speed. Every click like makes it slower down. Every click down makes it slower. Every click up makes it faster. So you can like tune it into what feels best to you.
That's a pretty fancy mouse you have.
Yeah. It's a Logitech G502, I think, or 520 maybe. I don't remember. It's a wired mouse.
Yeah, we like wireless up in this house.
I do not. I'm not a big fan of wireless mice.
Why?
Have you adjusted it at all, or are you still on the?
I've been adjusting it.
Oh, okay. I cannot tell.
Same.
Yeah. Woohoo.
As we like a fancy like Applebee's on date night. All right, I don't like how. these
You're singing the
country
same
songs-
song over and over again?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's stuck
Same.
in my head.
Yeah, you gotta
Maybe
fix
if
that.
we just play
Sounds
it.
like a you problem.
All right, I'm over it.
That's getting over it, everybody. Hey guys, this is ZoinkMeister Patrick from the future. This is a second recording I'm doing while editing these, and I realized that I didn't have enough footage for a full episode here, so I'm a little sorry about that, but I think the whole nature of this was that we're just going to end when we end it, and that's just kind of what this looked like. So I hope you enjoyed this little mini-series. I don't think we'll ever come back to it or play more. I do want to get Adam on at some point, if I can, to just kind of let him play around a bit and see what he thinks. Get some of his thoughts and opinions with this game. But it's not a game we ever plan on finishing or even playing more than a couple episodes of, like I said, with Adam, potentially. But I hope you guys did enjoy it. So I actually tried use trackpad tuning, turning that on, and I think that helped a bit. It makes it a lot faster, but I just have so little room on my desk, like micro movements are helpful. Because I don't know how clear it is, to people watching. It might be clear to some of you, but just in case it's not, I would like to address the fact that the way this game controls, at least with a mouse, is that white circle is what you're actually controlling. And the character's hammer just kind of attempts to follow that on its own, and so you're not controlling the character's hand or hammer, which leads me to something about this game that I really just did not like, and it's probably one of the major reasons that I'm not really interested in continuing this game at all. I mean, for one thing, I just don't think it's my kind of game. I'm not really interested in these like precision. It's not really a precision platformer, but just these difficult to be difficult kind of games. I know they're for a lot of people, and a lot of people really love them, but they've never been for me. Clearly, I play games like Bound, which is not, not a difficult game. But so yeah, my point is, nothing against this game as a game. It's just definitely not my kind of thing, and so part of the reason I don't really like it is that when you're playing with a mouse or trackpad, which I haven't set to trackpad, but I am using a mouse. I just don't have much space here to work with. I think because you actually have to move that white thing and not the hammer head necessarily, they kind of expect you to have a lot of room to like maneuver here to do all these like, to do like the big swings, whatever. If you're like, whoa, like that, I think they expect you to have a lot of space to do that, which I don't really have. So I have to use the trackpad setting, because there they don't really expect you to have nearly as much space. But the other thing I wanted to address was that for some reason the way this game works, and the main reason that I'm annoyed by it is that when you move...
You've done this part before.
Oh,
You know
okay.
it's possible. Just do what you did the first time.
I've not done this part before, but thank you. This part I've done before. And I'm... so this is something I wanted to address. Is that actually kind of perfectly showed it there. When you're using a mouse, and this is not true for controller because of the way that it works, if I like toss myself up and put my... I'm going to try to put my mouse to the right and then just let go. So let's see how well I can do this. I don't know. I don't get that. Okay, hold up. Here we go. All right, so I'm going to throw myself up, put it to the right, and as you can see, my hammer is not to the right at all. I put it here and then let go of the mouse. And while I was falling, it moved all the way to here, which is a little annoying because then you never know where your hammer is. You have no sense of where your hammer is positioned because you're not holding it. If I was this dude in this bucket, I could hold my hammer out to the right and like I would know if it moved up. You know, even if I couldn't control it, I would at least know that it moved up. Whereas while I'm playing this game, I don't really get a feeling for that at all. It just moves up on its own, and there's like I turned motion blur off, but I mean the camera moves and the guy moves and just everything. It's pretty chaotic when you're falling through the air unexpectedly. And so I really don't like that about playing this with a mouse, because on a controller, if you hold right on the controller, then even as you're falling, the hammer will stay right. It'll stay where your controller has it. It won't like shift up on you, because it kind of does actually go where, instead of being like relative like this, it actually is more absolute positioning. So I don't know, for me, that's like a lot easier to intuit, versus the way that the mouse controls work, where it's relative positioning, because then you have to like constantly readjust depending on where you are, or where your character is going to be. And it's just like hard for me to, you kind of have to like predict that or get used to figuring that out. And I just don't like it. I just don't like that aspect of this game, remotely. See there, do you see like, I don't know if that was clear, but it's just like, I don't know, your white cursor thing, like it just will jump to, it'll recenter on the mouse. So everything's like relative, because it's like, okay, if I do this, I can move my mouse all the way to the bottom of the screen here. And now it's like, oh, if I want to move my hammer down more, I have to like pick up my mouse and then move it down more or whatever, because it's not, you know what I'm saying? It's like not staying in the right place. And I get why it's doing it that way. I get why that's like probably the most reasonable way to make it work with a mouse. But I just don't like it. I'm not much of a mouse and keyboard kind of guy. And this game is just too precise for a controller. This game is clearly not designed around controller use. You can get pretty far with the controller, and I did like using the controller, but I just don't think that's like the most, I don't think that's the most effective way of playing this game, is what I'm saying. So, for that reason, it's kind of not for me. Yeah, see, stuff like this is kind of annoying. But whatever, you do what you gotta do. It's not the end of the world. It's fine. So yeah, also with the trackpad tuning, things do kind of flail a bit more. But whatever. It's just like, it feels like no control. So yeah, final thing I wanted to get to. Sorry, the whole reason I'm like distracted by trying to make progress as well, so that we're looking at something here. Okay, final thing I wanted to get to was something that Bennett Foddy addressed in one of his little commentative bits that a lot of people will say about a lot of games. I don't know how often people feel this way about this game, but Bennett Foddy seems to feel this way, which is that whenever you fail, you feel like it's your fault as a player and not really the game's fault for just being kind of bad. And he kind of addressed that, where he talked about as the designer, whenever he designed an obstacle and then he tried to get over it, and if it was difficult, he couldn't bring himself to make it any easier, because he felt like it was his fault as a climber that was holding him back, and not as a designer. And to some degree, I honestly don't feel that way about this game. I do feel like a lot of the the actual obstacles themselves, I don't feel like are necessarily what's wrong, considering, I mean, I don't know, they're interesting, they're different. I kind of like what he did with a lot of these. But the thing that bothers me as a player is that the control scheme just doesn't feel right in any control scheme. Like the mouse, the trackpad, the controller, everything feels like it has some sort of weird compromise that I'm not a huge fan of with this game. And so, yeah, I just don't really like controlling it, and for that reason, I don't really like playing it. If that makes sense. Like, I don't like the second-to-second interaction I have with the game, moment to moment, whatever you want to call it. Like, I think the game overall as a concept and design is fun, and I like the kind of uniqueness of using these assets that are kind of like, you know, haphazardly tossed together and all that. And I really like a lot of, you know, I like this guy in his little cauldron with his hammer and just everything about it. I love the design of this game. I like the level design. I think it's kind of I like the way like things move and progress from one thing to the other. I even like this puzzle in particular, just because of how different it is to scale the vertical surface versus everything up to this point has had like clear, you know, like niches and whatever. You're like, oh, okay, I have to toss up and toss up and toss up and stuff. So I do like the design. I don't like the control scheme though. I don't like playing the game. I don't like touching it. I don't like feeling it. I don't want to play it anymore constantly. Like, all the time. Every time I'm moving the hammer, I'm like, man, I wish I wasn't doing this anymore. I don't like it. It's not fun. For me, of course. And so, yeah. So that's something I want to address, just because I just finished completing 100% Sunset Overdrive, which I adore as a game. But that game I feel like the opposite about, where, you know, typically I'm not a big fan of the punk styling, like, you know, physical design, or even punk music, or the story in that game was pretty horrendous. You know, all the things that, like, I think about this game as being, like, ooh, really cool and fun concepts. You know, nothing in that game is, like, super unique or interesting, but the gameplay is fun all the time, like, moment to moment. You know, the same thing that this game is, like, missing, I feel like, in that sense, that game has, and I enjoy it so much more for that fact. You know, that game, now that I've given 100%, I guess I can give a score. I'd probably give that game probably an A-. You know, the minus being for all of the... What's the thing? Because, like, I don't like the punk style, but I don't think it's done poorly. In fact, the music in that game is probably my favorite punk music ever, because I don't like punk music. I listen to... Well, I don't know what, like, people would consider, like, good punk music, but I tried listening to, like, Black Flag, for example, because, you know, it's very, like mainstream punk, you know, so to speak. And I didn't like that music at all, but I love, I think it's called Meat Market is the band that I love Meat Market's music in Sunset Overdrive, just because of the way they interacted with the game and all of it. It was just so good, I thought. And so, you know, the music I thought was great. The styling, I eventually got used to. I found stuff I liked. I didn't like all of it. It definitely wasn't like 100% my kind of game, but I found stuff in it that I thought was good and cool and that I really liked. And so, like, you know, so the minus is mostly just for how bad the story is, which I didn't like the story or the voice acting, to be honest. I don't think it's one of those things where, like, there's 4 different body types. There's the small female, big female, small male, and big male, which might sound weird if you haven't seen the game at all. I have 2 videos of this on the channel, 3 videos actually, if you want to check those out, kind of get what I'm talking about here. But the big male's voice just sounds like the regular male's voice that's distorted to sound like he's bigger or something, and it sounds really bad, and I really don't like it at all. And so stuff like that are just kind of like, yeah, whatever. But the gameplay's fun, moment to moment. That's what I'm trying to get at here, is that every time I'm hands-on on the controller playing the game, no matter what I'm doing, I'm having a good time. Even if everything around that is bad, like the design of it, you know, is like uninspired or whatever. I mean, it is, you know, I think punk is not something that's covered very often, so I wouldn't call that game uninspired. I think it is trying to tackle a subject that I don't know if is, you know, 100% covered, or at least I don't know if it was at the time, by, you know, modern games. So yeah, anyway, that's the kind of thing I'm getting to here, is I just don't like playing this game. I think it's a cool game. I think it's a lot of fun. I'm glad it exists. I'm glad people enjoy it. I'm glad I got to try it out, but I would never be interested in completing this game. After I'm done making videos on this, I probably won't even think about touching it. Like, it's not my kind of game at all. And this was probably long enough to make this episode a full episode, which is not, it's not what I set out to do, I swear. It's just the ZoinkMeister way to spend an egregious amount of time talking about something unimportant. So, I should probably let you guys go and move on with your lives and do other things, but I'm starting a new series soon since this is over, and I didn't get to record tabs this week, and so tabs will be coming out right now because I don't have any more of those. I mean, they'll be coming for a while I have more, but then I'm gonna run out and I'll figure out what to do. So I'm gonna start a new series like right now as soon as this video ends. So look out for that. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope I see you next time. I hope I see you there for that thing, ideally. Even though it's not the same, it's not this at all. It's completely different. It's more me. It's a lot more me. But yeah, thank you guys so much. I love having you here. I love being here. I'm excited. I'm excited for what's coming. So, yeah, see you next time. See you whenever. Hope you have a great day. Hope you enjoyed.
Have a great night.
Oh, and Melissa is leaving for
good, and I'll see you never. Okay, bye. We're just kidding.
Melissa's getting her master's degree as well this upcoming semester, so she's leaving sooner than I am. She's leaving on the 15th of August. I'm leaving on the 20th of August, and so this might be our last time recording together for a while.
Yep. Yep-a-roonies. So I hope you enjoyed this and all of my personality, because you'll never hear it again. Just kidding.
So that's why we wanted to do this as a little send-off to her, and maybe even to me. I should have a couple more recording sessions before I leave, but she's leaving a bit sooner, like I said. So it's been fun.
It's been fun.
You want to say the goodbye forever?
Goodbye. Forever.
I meant the zoink out, but yeah.
Oh, zoink out, but forever. Well, that was fun, Patrick.
Yeah.
I will never see you again, so it was nice knowing you. Just kidding.
Chris escaped from me.
Escape from me.